The MAGA hat is sad to see. What a douche. That's not me. Instagram influencer hot girl models who mean literally nothing. And remember what the dude she's with looks like. Without people like me going there and spending, there is no such thing as St. Barts. A couple of weeks ago, I made a video about a family trip that I took to St. Barts. If you don't know what St. Barts is, it's a small island in the Caribbean, and the easiest way that I think I can explain it is if someone took the most beautiful beaches in the world, shrunk them down to about 8 square miles, and then let billionaires set the prices. But what made my video completely different than all the other videos about St. Barts is I actually showed exactly what we spent with receipts. Because this video was a little bit different than all the other St. Barts videos, I thought I would end up posting a summary of it on Reddit as an Ask Me Anything, basically just saying, hey, here's what we spent on St. Barts, here are the receipts, just ask me anything you'd like. And if you think I put it on there just to flex, I actually posted it in r/LuxuryTravel because you know, it was LuxuryTravel. It felt like the right place. And within the hour, there was 0 upvotes and 54 comments. Now, I've read every single one of these comments. Some of them were fair, some of them were actually genuinely really good conversations about pricing and hotel rates that I really want to get into, and some of them were clearly people who didn't read the post, didn't watch the video, but still had some super strong opinions. And the last one will absolutely blow your mind. Let's get into it. First comment, this is kind of gush, 24 upvotes. Now I want to understand something. This is posted in r/LuxuryTravel, a subreddit about luxury travel, and apparently the social norm here is to not talk about spending money.
What are you talking about, man?
Like, when did the rule become that you can travel in luxury, but you're not allowed to talk about how much it costs? I didn't realize the culture of r/LuxuryTravel was budgeting. Next up was a spelling correction. St. Barts, not Barts. 12 people upvoted this. Now, what's funny is I actually asked my concierge about this while I was on the island. You can say it both ways. Both are correct. So 12 people pretty much upvoted a correction from someone who's never actually asked a local, but they were very confident about it. I respect it. Someone else just commented 66 views. That's the whole comment. No question about the trip, no opinion on the prices, just a little view count update on the YouTube video. Thank you. You're actually one of my earliest supporters. You were there at 66 views on that YouTube video. Now that is true day one energy. I appreciate you more than you know. Again, guys, come on. This subreddit is called r/LuxuryTravel, not r/shoestring. Those are two completely different subreddits, and they exist separately on purpose. But next year when I book my St. Barts villa, I know who to go through. You're so annoying, with 3 crying laughing emojis and 18 upvotes. Now, this person actually commented multiple times throughout this post, so I think they're a fan. This has got to be love. It doesn't look like love, but that's really what it is. Then again, I'm not really surprised. They have over 37,000 Reddit karma. Alright, so those were the quick ones. But there were some comments in here that actually made fair points, and I want to address those because I'm not just here to roast people. Some of the criticism I got was actually valid. A couple of people made the same argument, that I was complaining about how expensive everything was, while also choosing to buy 8 bottles of Dom at 750 euros each. And I get why that looks contradictory. I truly do. But I'll be honest. The Dom was a splurge. That was not a normal St. Barts Tuesday. That was Nikki Beach on a Sunday, which is basically the only thing happening on the entire island that day. The minimum spend just to get in was at 750 euros per person. So for 4 people, we were already spending 3,000 euros on drinks no matter what. Things just kind of escalated from there. But I know what the comments are gonna be like. Let's do it like this. Let's take the Dom out of the equation completely. Let's just remove it from the trip. Even without it, you're still looking at a $60,000 plus vacation here. The villa alone was at 30,000, and you're not putting 4 people in one hotel room for 2 weeks, especially when one of those people is my girlfriend and the other 2 are my parents. The flights are still gonna be at $4,000, and that's all economy. Food and drinks for 13 days for a family of 4 add up pretty quickly. The Dom didn't make the trip expensive. Going to St. Barts made the trip expensive. And just for context, on the island, we met multiple families spending more than 200,000 euros on their villa, some spending €1 million a week for their boats, other people buying 70 bottles of Dom for their 70th birthdays, and high schoolers running up 100,000 euro tabs for Diplo at New Year's Eve. So to be honest with you, on the spectrum of St. Barts spending, we were honestly somewhere in the lower middle. So even though we had all these smaller comments, there was one main thread that kind of took over the entire post. This one comment got 76 upvotes, the most upvoted comment in the entire thread, and it sparked a whole conversation underneath it. Let's read the main thread. This is an outrageously out of touch for so many reasons I can't even take it seriously. This is not the cost of a trip to St. Barts. This is the cost of a trip of a nouveau riche couple couple who can't speak a lick of French and videoed their entire trip. Lost me at we saved money by booking our villa through Eden Rock, and fully jettisoned me by talking about the price of Dom in Nikki's wine cellar. Ended up buying 8 bottles. You are the type of St. Bart's tourist that is ruining the island. I've been here close to 10 times and support a number of local places that don't price gouge. Not every restaurant is as expensive or as bad minus the view as Bonito. Stay on the mainland and do us all a favor. So as you can see, this is what I said back at the time. I'll come back to this because underneath the comment, there was actually a really good conversation that I think is worth going through first. This person said that they go to St. Bart's every year with their partner, stay at Hotel Christopher for about 5,500 euros a week, or Letoini at about 8,500 euros, and spend about $13,000 total, and they don't feel like they're watching their spending. Their point essentially was that you can do St. Bart's for way less than what we spent and still have an absolutely great time. And honestly, I respect this comment, but let me break it down. Let's use their rates for a second. 5,500 euros for a week at Christopher. That's one room for a couple, but we're a family of 4. So 2 nights at the Christopher and we're already at 11,000 euros just for the hotel. This person also mentioned that they don't drink. And yeah, that changes the value math completely on St. Bart's. And they book around dynamic pricing dips. We went January 3rd through the 17th, and that is pretty much the second point of high season after New Year's. For example, if we got our villa during the New Year's, that would have been around $60,000 per week. So can you do St. Bart's for less than what we spent? Yeah, for sure. But you're comparing a couple who doesn't drink booking around the cheapest windows to a family of 4 in a 3-bedroom villa in Gustavia during peak season. These are 2 completely different trips. But don't just take my word for it. I went to every single hotel website on St. Bart's and pulled the rates myself and screen recorded everything for January of 2027. Let's go through them. First, Letoini, coming in at 22.95 euros a night before taxes and fees for 1 room. For 2 rooms, that would be 4,590 euros per night. Eden Rock doesn't even have availability for January of 2027 because it's already fully booked due to returning guests that get first dibs. So I looked at May of this year, which is still low season. It's 2,000 euros a night. Next up, Cheval Blanc, already booked for most of January, so I had to look at December of 2026. It's not even full peak season yet, and it's still 1,900 euros per night. Barrier Le Carl Gustave in Gustavia, 27.75 euros a night in January 12th through the 19th. Not even our dates. That's for 1 room. Now let's go to the Rosewood. They do have the 4 get 5th night free stay deal, which that commenter was talking about, but the rate is still 24.95 a night before taxes and fees. Even with the free night, you're paying over 10,000 euros for 5 nights for 1 room. Next up, let's go to Le Bartholomew, coming in at $2,100 a night for January 4th through the 11th. Le Sereno, 1,700 euros a night. Now let's go to their pick, Hotel Christopher. The commenter said that they stay there for 5,500 euros a week. However, for the rate that I'm looking at, it's currently showing 1,300 euros per night in January. That's 9,100 euros for a week, and that's for 1 room. For 2 rooms for the family, that would be 2,600 euros per night, and that's more than what our villa costs. And lastly, just so no commenter can debate me, let's look at Tropical Hotel. That one's going for 1,800 euros a night. So looking at all this and comparing, our villa was at $2,300 a night for 3 bedrooms and 4 people. So when people in the comments are saying that we overspent, where exactly were we supposed to stay at? Alright, now that we've gone through the real conversation and got the actual numbers of everything on the island pretty much, let's go back to the guy who started all of this. I'm gonna break his argument down piece by piece. Nouveau riche couple who can't speak a lick of French. First of all, most people who go to St. Bart's are American. The island's economy runs on tourism and everybody there speaks English for a reason. But also, these are the guys I was hanging out with while I was on the island. The locals. We got along great, but sure, I'm ruining the island because I don't speak French. And speaking of quote unquote ruining the island, how exactly does a tourist spending money at local businesses ruin an island whose entire economy is built on tourists spending money at local businesses? Without people like me going there and spending, there is no such thing as St. Bart's. You're not protecting the island, bro. You're gatekeeping it. And you've been there 10 times, so clearly you're not boycotting it either. Then after that, he told me to change the title to What I Blew on My Trip to St. Bart's and Will Lay Off. Now here's what I said back. Was it a little snarky? Yeah, but the point still stands. The title did exactly what the title was supposed to do. He clicked on it, read the whole post, commented multiple times. It's not a bad title, it's just a title that worked. He also called my channel Harry Potter Does Travel, and honestly, I think that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, I chuckled at that one a little bit. Harry Potter is a billion-dollar franchise, so if that's the comparison, thank you. Then he speculated that I probably don't have access to my full trust yet. My guy, you have now left 6 to 7 comments on a single Reddit post about somebody else's vacation. At this point, he's more invested in my trip than I was. Then someone in the comments tried defending me, and his response was that he quote unquote found the second person on the trip. So according to this guy, the only possible reason a human being could agree with me is if they were physically on the vacation with me. Nobody can just like think the post was an okay post. That's like not an opinion you can have on Reddit. And his grand finale, like like after everything that he said and wrote, he called me a clout chasing influencer. I want to be really clear about something. At the time of the post and right now, I currently have 98 subscribers. I'm not an influencer with 98 subscribers. I'm barely even a YouTuber. I'm literally just a guy trying to get his name out there and share what I know about travel. But I will say this, Myagenfall, or however you pronounce your name, you left 7 comments on my post, bro. You gave me enough material for an entire video. This video, the one that you're watching right now, and I think he's watching this video, guys. So thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. Genuinely. You did more for my channel in 1 hour than the last 3 months of me uploading. Okay, so that was the main thread. But there are still some comments that we have not gotten to, and these are something else entirely. Are you chubby or fat fired? Spending 65K for 14 days vacation. My NW is 7.5 million and max I spent is 15K for 13 days. Okay, I'm gonna unpack this. This person just told complete strangers on the internet their exact net worth. Unprompted. Nobody asked. I didn't ask. There was no survey and no form to fill out. And this is the part that's interesting to me. You have 7.5 million and you're bragging about how little you spend. Think about that. You didn't come here to share an amazing trip. You came here to tell everyone that you have money, but you don't know how to enjoy it. That's not a flex, dude. That's sad. You have 7.5 million and the highlight of your year is spending 15K and telling Reddit about it. And then right underneath too, your NW or your parents' NW. I love this one because this person thinks they did something. Like they landed the ultimate gotcha. Meanwhile, they're sitting in somebody else's comment section on a Saturday night interrogating a stranger about their family's finances. I really hope that one felt good, bro. Aw, you're a child. Okay, that explains the trying so hard. Sounds like your parents took you on a nice family vacation. This is from, and I need you to look at the username, Basic Bag Bitch. I just want everyone to sit with that for a second. Basic Bag Bitch took time out of their day to call me a child from an account called Basic Bag Bitch on a LuxuryTravel subreddit. I don't even have a roast. You kind of roasted yourself with your own name when you made that account. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones because this person started off normal. He said he used Sky Miles to fly in. He booked with points, that $4,000 all in. And then they started talking about Instagram influencer hot girl models who mean literally nothing. And remember what the dude she's with looks like. Sir, I am a dude on a family vacation with my parents and my girlfriend. Where did the hot girl model come from? What video did you watch? Like, are we even talking about the same person right now? I think this person responded to the wrong thread and just committed to it. How does this even have 3 upvotes too? Please do something about your pleather ottoman before you drop another 77,000 on a trip. So talking about that couch right there, like the one back there. So this person pretty much watched the entire video, every receipt and every breakdown, flights and the villa. And the thing that they chose to comment on was the couch in my gaming room. And yeah, it's a cheap couch. It's fake leather. It's been in my setup for years. It doesn't even match anything, to be honest. It's honestly falling apart and has some weird stains on it. But that couch was my brother's. He passed away in 2016, so it's not going anywhere pretty much forever. So honestly, you can roast this setup all you want, but the couch is gonna stay. I'm actually gonna get a green screen soon as well, so you're not even gonna have to look at it. Hopefully next video it's gonna come. Okay, and finally, this might be my favorite one. The MAGA hat is sad to see. What a douche. I'm not gonna get into politics in this video, but I'll pull a photo up right now on screen. That's not me. Like the photo that they're talking about. That's not me. That is a random stranger at a beach club who happened to be standing in a photo that I'm trying to LARP in. This person saw the hat on somebody else's head, assumed it was mine, and called me a douche for it. You didn't even roast the right person. You saw a hat in the photo and got so excited to be angry that you forgot to check whose head it was on. Lastly, not every comment was hate. There were people in here who actually backed me up with real numbers. For example, on screen right now is a guy from San Francisco who basically confirmed that our prices were completely in line with reality. And here, another person who's been going to St. Barts for over 20 years said we were pretty much completely spot on. So here's the thing. I'm a travel agent. This is what I do. I know St. Barts and I know the Caribbean islands. I know these hotels and I know how much things actually cost. If you're going to be planning a trip like this, or honestly any luxury trip, and you want someone who's actually been there and can show you the receipts to prove it, reach out to me. The link's in the description and the link is on screen. I'm not here to try to sell you the most expensive option or to try and get the most commission out of you. I'm here to make sure that you don't overpay for the wrong one. As for you watching on Reddit, I'll be posting in r/LuxuryTravel again. Definitely. If this is what happens when I share one trip, imagine what happens when I'll share the next one and the next one after that. They gave me an entire video off of just one post. That subreddit is my content farm and they don't even know it. Also, the couch stays. Thank you for watching.